folks, cobradvs here with a bit of a different kind of video. A friend of mine did a cool video yesterday, and I thought I'd make a reply to it because it's a pretty good idea, pretty cool. Real quick before I do that, I just want to note, or make note that I'm selling something. I'm selling my copy of Metroid Prime Trilogy. I figured it was too small a thing to make a whole sale video about, so I thought I'd mention it here. So I'm selling this. Front cover has a little bit of shelf wear, or the slip cover, just from probably sliding up and down. The case is in good shape. It has a little wear on the corners. This small little corner has a couple of dents, and there's a few minor dents on the back of it, but you have to hold it like this to see them. So overall, it's in alright shape, and it is complete. Manual has a little wear on it. Disc is good, has all the inserts and everything. So if you're interested in that, please let me know. I'll ship it to anywhere. I don't really care. As far as the price, I was looking to try and get 80 shipped in the US, but any offer would be good. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. Alright, so now the real reason I'm doing this video is he did a video talking about his thoughts on the 3DS. You know, it's been out, I think it came out in 2011 sometime, late in the year, or later in the year. And it really wasn't getting a lot of love at first, but over time it's really grown on me, and I got it in Christmas of 2011. Yeah, I got it for that Christmas. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you my thoughts on everything I've got, and we'll start right away. So let's just start with the basics. I had the system. I got the original model. I don't have an XL, and I have the black one. That is just a decal sticker for the Zelda thing. This is not the Zelda edition, which would be really cool to own, but I don't. So overall, you know, I think the design's great. It's pretty comfortable. The only problem is sometimes after playing for a while, it starts to hurt my hands a little bit. But other than that, I have no complaints. I really like this circle pad. I think that's a great idea, a great substitution for like a analog joystick. So that works great. I think it's a real sleek design. It looks good. Overall, it looks good. It looks like a enhanced version of the original DS, I suppose. As far as the 3D, the 3D varies. Most of the time, I tend to play with it off because I find that it's hard because the angle you have to hold it at, I don't exactly play at that angle all the time. And I found that with my glasses on, it's a little bit harder to recognize the 3D. Or it looks a little fuzzier than when I have my glasses off. So, typically I play it in 2D, which sometimes I feel like I'm cheating it, you know. It's meant to be in 3D and I play it in 2D, but, you know, the game's a game and they're, you know, they play the same. The battery life, it's not great, but I've never really run into issues with it, mainly because I don't really play it outside of the house. I'm just not that... I just don't do it. I don't know why, but generally just when I'm not playing it, I'll just set it on the charging dock. So no big deal there. So let's go ahead and get into the software, if you will. And oh, I almost spilled my coffee. And we'll go ahead and start with the big box game that I've got, Icarus Uprising. So this game is pretty good. It's a rail shooter. I got it, I think, either the day it came out or soon thereafter. I thought it looked pretty cool, and a kind of a revived franchise from Nintendo. Overall, it is a good game. I did not finish it, though I might go back and finish it. Obviously, you've probably heard about the controls. Yeah, they can take some getting used to. I've heard a lot of left-handed people say that it's worse for them. I'm left-handed, and I didn't really notice it being that damn bad. They're a little distracting at times, but as soon as you can get past that, it is actually a pretty cool game. And it does have online multiplayer, which is interesting, though I've not played it. So I will have to give that a shot. But a very cool game, and it's pretty cheap now, so go ahead and get that if you have the chance. I'm just going to set these games down here, so I don't have to keep reaching. So we're going to go in, I guess, reverse alphabetical order. That one was just on the end because it's the big box one. So this one I got from Nintendo Age, I believe. I got Super Street Fighter 4 3D. It's cool because it has the slip cover, and the slip cover actually has that 3D holographic, you know, that scritchy thing. Anyway, so this game is, I mean, I got it just because it was such a good price. I think I got this and another game for a steal. And it's alright. I mean, if you like Street Fighter, I can see, you know, this is a pretty good version. The graphics are pretty impressive, I thought. I'm not a big fighter fan, but hey, you know, it's a pretty good game. Next is Super Mario 3D Land, and I think the King of 8-Bit said it best. You know, it's a fun game and everything, but it's just a little too easy. You know, granted, once you beat the game, you actually unlock a new area or a new, pretty much the whole game again. It's just a little harder. But even then, it just wasn't very difficult. I found that Super Mario Galaxy, Galaxy 2, and this one have been fairly easy. And I wonder if that's maybe an overreaction to Super Mario Sunshine, because Super Mario Sunshine was very challenging. And I would prefer a challenging game to an easy one. I know they're trying to appeal to, you know, more casual players and things, but I would certainly enjoy a little more challenge than this. That being said, though, it's a fun game. Alright, next game is actually one of my personal favorites on the system, Paper Mario Sticker Star, the fourth Paper Mario game? Yeah, I believe it's the fourth one. Yes, it is, I think. Anyway, so I pretty much beat like 98% of this game. I didn't completely finish it, but I'm like right at the end. And I know a lot of people didn't like it because I had like a lack of RPG elements, but I liked it a lot. It was extremely addicting, I guess. I mean, I would set it down and then I would want to play it just, you know, soon after. And I think it's a great game. I got it on sale at Best Buy for $20 when they had a nice sale going, so that was sort of the whole reason I bought it, because I'm not a big Paper Mario fan. I haven't really played them enough to have an opinion. So, but this one I really did enjoy, despite getting some heat from the fans. It's a fun game. Unique is a good way to describe it. Unique. This game was slightly disappointing, I would say. It's good, but it's Mario Tennis Open, and the gameplay is really fun. You know, everything about it is fun. The problem is, it's just not very deep. It's rather superficial, to be honest with you. The single-player mode, it's pretty easy to complete. There's not a lot. There's a singles and a doubles. There's like 4 or 5 tournaments, I think. Maybe 6. But, what made the original Mario Tennis games on the Game Boy Color and Advance so much fun? Well, more so the Color. I haven't played the Advance one. But they were RPGs. You know, you started as a player, and you went to this club, and you had to defeat everybody in the club and eventually move on to the next club. It was kind of like a... well, I haven't really played Pokemon, but I think that's how Pokemon works, isn't it? You beat the gym leader in that town, and then you move on. That's kind of how this was. This one gets rid of the RPG, basically. There's pretty much nothing here. Now, the best part about this game is the online. The online is a lot of fun. Really, really fun. You gotta be on your game, though, because the people online are good. They don't mess around. Now I'm just waiting for Mario Golf, and I really, really wish they would go to the RPG roots that the series started on the Game Boy Color, because that's one of my favorite games of all time. Next up is a game I think everybody who has a 3DS probably has, Mario Kart 7. I'd probably be hard-pressed to say this is the best one, but it's one of the best ones. I really liked this one. My favorite is probably, I know a lot of people didn't like the Wii one, but I actually really did. I don't know if it's my favorite. I think Mario 64 and Double Dash have the most nostalgia for me. But this one, on the whole, you know, as far as gameplay and everything is concerned, this one's really good, and I really liked it. The online's fun. Everything's good about this one. I'm hoping that the Wii U one is really good too, which I expect it to. Alright, just about 3 games left here. The next one is, a game that if you have a 3DS, you pretty much should just buy this game. It's outstanding. It's Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. This took me by surprise. I wasn't really that excited for it, but I started seeing reviews. But they do make or break decisions a lot, and I don't just check IGN or GameSpot or whatever the hell it is. You know, I go to Metacritic and check out individual reviews of all the big sites. And more importantly, I check out the user reviews because they're not really paid to sway their decision at all, so it's an unbiased most of the time, obviously. But anyway, this game is really good. It deserves all the praise it got. I mean, I really am enjoying this one. A lot of fun. I haven't played the GameCube one, but I'd say it's probably a little bit better than that one. Alright, so this game is the first game I bought after, because the first games I got with, I actually got my 3DS for Christmas, and the games I got with it were Mario Kart 7 and Mario 3D Land. This is the first game I bought outside of that, and it is The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D, and, I mean, one of my favorite games of all time, to be completely honest with you. Now, I've never played this on the 64. I didn't grow up playing Zelda. I just started playing Zelda about 2 years ago. And I beat Link to the Past, and then I played this. Now, the 64 one, I've gone back and tried out, and, you know, all things considered, you know, the controller, you know, the graphics, the whole everything, it just hasn't aged as well as I would have liked. You know, it hasn't aged as well as, say, Link to the Past. But this is a completely, like, redone version as far as graphics go. It looks great. It controls phenomenally, and as far as the 3DS goes, it's probably my most played game, I dare say. Yeah, I could probably almost comfortably say that. It's fantastic. After playing this one, going back and playing the 64 one, it's just really hard for me to do. So I'm glad I have this. I highly recommend it. It's an outstanding game. Alright, and the last game, well, there's 2 games left, but the first one's Kid Icarus. I don't keep it inside that big box. But the last one is really a great game, and just proves, you know, Nintendo's first-party titles are just where it's at on most of their system, well, pretty much all their systems, for the most part. But Fire Emblem Awakening. So, never have I played a Fire Emblem game in my life. I decided, you know what, well, it didn't actually work like that. So when this game was released, it was very hard to find. It was shipped in, like, limited quantities for some reason, and a lot of stores didn't get their shipments, or some, you know, bizarre event like that. Well, I was at Target, and they had a copy, and I said, you know what, if I can find a copy, I'll probably get it, just because of how hard they are to find. So I was at Target, and they had 1 copy left, so I went ahead and I just picked it up. So I have played the game a decent amount, not a lot, but a good amount to get an opinion. Really fun game. The graphics are very impressive, and the gameplay's fun. It reminds me of a big game of chess, per se. You know, you move characters around individually. It's what do they call these? Strategy RPG, I believe. And I really enjoy it. So it's not very expensive anymore. I mean, you can get it for $40 brand new if you like, or cheaper pretty much anywhere else used. Or maybe even cheaper new. But I definitely recommend this game. So on the whole, you know, everything's great on 3DS. I really like the system. I don't have, you know, I only buy games that I want to play, so I only buy the good games. But if I had to recommend a handful of games to you, I would recommend probably this. I'd recommend Luigi's Mansion, Ocarina of Time, and probably Mario Kart 7. Just to get you started, those are the 3 games I'd say. I mean, you can say Super Mario 3D Land, but you know, Mario Kart 7. I mean, if it were a little harder, a little better, I think I'd recommend it. Before I go, though, there are a few quick games that I have played that don't have anymore. Sonic Generations, I had that, but I didn't really care for it. Tetris Axis, I had that as well, but it was just Tetris, and I didn't really need to play Tetris on my 3DS, so I got rid of that. And New Super Mario Bros. 2, I actually traded that off to get something, I forget, but New Super Mario Bros. 2 is a good game. The problem is, it felt like nothing went into it. You know, it didn't feel like when you play like Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, you could tell they really took care and really worked hard on that game. Super Mario Bros. 2 didn't really have that. It had that cool coin feature where you had to collect as many coins as you wanted, But the problem is, there was nothing in the story to make that make any sense. You know, there were just a lot of coins. You know, if the story were maybe, you know, Bowser has stolen all the coins from the Mushroom Kingdom and you got to get them back, then, okay, now there's a reason to collect all these coins. But really all it does is it just gives you a shit ton of free guys. I mean, by the time I finished that game, I don't know how many, you know, 1-ups I had. Now, granted, the coin rush mode was really fun, and the only thing that really kept me coming back was the getting a million coins. But the problem was, once you got a million coins, all it did is got a new background. You didn't unlock anything. It would have been cool if you unlocked, I don't know, Super Mario Brothers, the original or something. That would have been really cool to play in 3D. So, whatever. Minor gripes aside, it's a pretty good game, but I wouldn't recommend picking it up over either of the 3 games, or most of these games, really. So, so that's everything. Check out my friend's video. The King of8Bit did his original video. I'll leave the link probably in the beginning of the video for you to watch. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, comments, anything, just let me know, and we'll see you next time. And until then, take care.